Right, so we're diving into something pretty cool today.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, you, our amazing listeners, sent in this article from Tom's Guide,
Mm-hmm.
all about the Nintendo Switch 2,
The new one.
and
Yeah.
particularly this new feature that really stood out to us called Game Chat.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
And it's all based on um, the author's, like, hands-on time with the console.
Like, they gotta actually try it.
Yeah, and they even spoke with a couple of big names over at Nintendo.
Oh, wow. Who'd they talk to?
Bill Trinan
Okay.
and Nate Bildorf.
Nice.
So if you haven't heard those names before.
Right.
Bill Trinan's the VP of Player and Product Experience at Nintendo of America.
So he's got to know what he's talking about.
Yeah, and Nate Bildorf is their Senior Director of Localization.
So they're really in the thick of it when it comes to shaping the player experience.
Exactly. So for anyone who's maybe thinking,
Yeah.
oh, okay, new console, yeah.
Yeah.
We get a faster processing, better graphics.
Sure.
This is something a little bit different.
Yeah. I think Game Chat is way more than just another hardware upgrade.
Totally. It could actually change how we connect and play online.
Especially on the Switch.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe even change how we think about our current Switch games, too.
Oh, interesting.
Like the ones we already have.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's our mission today.
All right, let's get into
To
it.
really dissect Game Chat
Mm-hmm.
and figure out why it might be a total game changer.
I'm excited to see what we uncover.
Me too. Okay, so the author of the article got to play some of the new games coming out.
Oh, right. Like the new Mario Kart?
Yeah, Mario Kart World, they
Yeah.
mentioned Donkey Kong Bonanza,
I've heard good things about that one.
and even Metroid Prime 4. Beyond.
Wow. The hype for that game is unreal.
Totally. But what they kept coming back to
Okay.
was this Game Chat feature.
Yeah. It's clearly something special.
So before we get too deep,
Sure.
can we just define what Game Chat even is?
Absolutely. So at its core, it's a built-in chat system,
Okay.
but not just like any old chat. This one's baked right into the Switch too.
So it's not an app or anything?
Nope, system-wide.
Gotcha.
And get this, it's not just voice chat either.
Oh, there's more.
Way more. You can actually video chat with your friends while you play.
Whoa, using the console's camera.
Exactly.
That's wild. Okay, hold on, because the article also talked about
Uh-huh.
a new button on the controllers.
Oh, yeah, the C button.
What's that all about?
So think of this, the C button.
Okay.
It's your direct line to game chat.
Interesting.
Like no matter what you're doing on the system, you hit that button, boom, game chat pops up.
So convenient.
Right, and the interface is supposed to be super clean too.
Oh, how does it work?
So picture this, you're playing your game, right?
Yeah,
And at the bottom of the screen, you see these little windows
little windows. Okay.
showing what your friends are playing.
Like 4 friends at a time or something?
Up to 4, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can actually enlarge any of those windows
Really?
to get a better look at their gameplay.
That's pretty awesome. So I'm picturing, I'm like in the middle of this intense Mario Kart race.
Yeah.
And I could just glance down and see,
Exactly.
oh, my friend's playing Donkey Kong right now.
Or struggling with a boss in Metroid.
Exactly.
What?
And it all happens without having to leave my game.
That's the key, seamless integration.
But here's what blew my mind.
Okay, what is it?
The article said Game Chat even works with original Switch games.
Oh, wow. So not just the new Switch 2 titles.
No, Bill Trinan actually said
Yeah.
it's,
Uh-huh.
and I quote, fully functional and operational at any point in time when you're playing on the system.
So that means our entire Switch libraries could get a new lease on life.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All those first-party games, third-party games,
Yeah.
suddenly they all have this added social layer.
It's like a whole new way to experience games we've already played 100 times.
I'm already thinking about all the possibilities.
Me too. All right. So we've talked about the C button, the interface.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room.
The kid.
Yeah, the article said it's optional
Right.
and retails for $50.
Yeah, not too bad.
So how does it all work?
Well, obviously you can use it when the Switch 2 is docked,
Right, in TV mode.
but what about tabletop mode?
You can use it there too, and even in handheld mode.
Wait, really?
Yep, they added a second USB-C port to the console.
Oh, that's smart.
So you can plug the camera in directly.
Clever.
And according to Bill Trinan, the whole point of this camera integration
Okay.
is to put smiles on people's faces and bring people together.
Oh, that's cute.
Right, like they want to make online gaming more personal.
I get it because seeing your friend's face,
Yeah.
their reactions, their expressions,
Especially when you pull off an awesome move or something.
totally, or when you completely fail
Oh,
spectacularly.
yeah, that's even better.
It just adds this whole other level of connection.
Right. It's not just you staring at a screen anymore.
You're sharing the experience with your friends in a much more real way.
Exactly.
Okay, so I gotta ask though,
Uh-huh.
what about private?
Oh, that's a valid concern.
Because cameras can be,
Yeah,
a little bit intrusive.
definitely. And Nintendo knows that.
So what have they done?
Well, the official Switch 2 camera,
Mm-hmm.
it comes with a built-in privacy shutter.
Okay, that's good. So you can physically block the lens when you're not using it.
Exactly.
Peace of mind.
That's reassuring.
They also talked about third-party webcam compatibility.
Oh, so you might not have to buy the official camera.
Potentially, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But Nintendo did point out
What's that?
that their camera has a wider viewing angle,
Oh, I see.
specifically designed for game chat.
Okay.
So it might offer the best experience out of the box.
Makes sense.
But the Tom's Guide author actually plans to test out some other webcams.
Really?
Yeah, like the Opal Tadpole and the OBSBot Meet too.
Oh, cool, to see how well they work with GameChat.
Exactly. So maybe we can follow up on that later.
Yeah, for sure. I'm curious to see those results.
Me too.
So the article gave this really fun example
Okay.
of how the camera can be used in Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Like they were playing these mini games
Ugh.
and they could see each other's reactions.
I can imagine the shenanigans.
Right. It's like you're all in the same room, even though you're miles apart.
Yeah, exactly. It brings that local co-op energy to online play.
Which I think is genius.
Totally. And it goes beyond just party games, too.
Oh, how so?
Like, imagine playing a more strategic game,
Okay.
and you can see your teammates' faces.
Right.
Their expressions, their nonverbal cues.
Yeah, like if they're getting frustrated or if they have a brilliant idea.
Exactly. It adds this whole other dimension to communication and immersion.
Makes you feel more connected to the people you're playing with.
Totally. It's like bridging the gap between online and offline gaming.
Okay. But I know what some people are thinking right now.
What's that?
I already use Discord for voice chat.
Right. Or Zoom or whatever.
So why do I need game chat?
That's a fair question.
So what are the advantages here?
Well, first of all, simplicity.
Okay.
You don't need to download any extra apps.
Right. It's already there.
No juggling multiple accounts or anything.
Bill, but write it.
Exactly. And the author of the article, they actually have a background in cybersecurity.
Oh, interesting.
And they raised a good point about security.
Right.
Like using a built-in system.
Yeah.
Could be safer than third-party apps like Discord.
How so?
Well, there are concerns about data tracking.
Right.
Malware, scams, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And a tightly controlled first-party system
Okay.
could offer a more secure environment.
Especially for parents.
Absolutely. And speaking of parents, the article went into detail about parental controls for game chat.
Oh, that's important.
So parents will have a lot of control over who their kids can connect with,
Okay.
which is a big change from how things are now.
Yeah, because right now kids can basically set up chats with anyone.
Exactly. And that can be pretty risky.
Totally.
So with game chat, Nintendo is really emphasizing parents curating their children's friend connections.
Within the Nintendo ecosystem.
Yeah, creating a safer online environment.
And reducing the risk of unwanted interactions.
Exactly.
And this all ties back to that idea of recreating a more local co-op experience.
It's the heart of it.
The Tom's Guide author actually shared a personal story
Oh, yeah.
about how they moved away from South Korea.
Okay.
And they really miss the ease of just getting together with friends to play games.
Yeah, I feel that.
And Bill Trennan even admitted
He did.
that he has trouble connecting with a college friend in Japan to play shogi.
Aw,
So it sounds like Game Chat is directly addressing these kinds of challenges,
absolutely. It's about bringing people together,
even when they're physically apart.
recapturing that feeling of playing in the same room.
And I love how seamless it is.
Yeah,
Like you don't need separate group chats or anything.
no more coordinating across different platforms.
Just press that C button and boom, you're connected.
It's a much more immediate and visually rich experience,
Than what we're used to.
for sure.
So big picture time. Is Game Chat just a minor addition to the Switch? Or is this something truly transformative?
Well, based on everything we've discussed,
Yeah.
the hands-on experiences, the insights from Nintendo, I think Game Chat has the potential to be a game changer.
A real evolution for the Switch.
Exactly. It could fundamentally change how we connect and play online.
And it shifts our perspective on the Switch 2 itself.
Right. It's not just a more powerful console,
It's a more social
a more connected platform.
So to sum it all up for our listeners,
Okay.
Game Chat on the Nintendo Switch 2 offers a tightly integrated,
Huh?
potentially safer,
Yep.
and more visually connected way to play online with friends.
Right.
And it really seems to be striving to bring that feeling of local co-op.
To remote play.
It's more than just voice communication.
It's about seeing your friends' reactions,
Their gameplay.
sharing those experiences in a more direct and engaging way.
And that brings us to our final thought for you all.
Okay.
Think about how this ability to see your friends, their reactions, their gameplay,
Yeah.
how that might completely change the way you experience your favorite multiplayer games.
Interesting.
What new kinds of social experiences might this unlock for you in your gaming circle?
That's a great question to ponder.
I think this deep dive has given us a really exciting glimpse into what could be a major step forward for Nintendo's online ecosystem.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see how it all plays out.
Me neither. The full impact of Game Chat will probably unfold as
Yeah.
more people get their hands on the Switch too.
And start connecting with each other in this new way.
So until next time,
Stay curious.
and keep on diving.